Alrighty. Um, so this is gonna be the recording that we're gonna be doing. This one will be very short, but we have others that we're going to be throwing up. While our big project, as far as video recording is concerned, is taking place, we'll always have something to throw up. So as to keep a little more consistent. So anyway, this game, we never played the first Merry Gear, but the second one, let me just first start out by saying that the amount of references that they put into this, they put a lot of care into this, and it's just, I mean, just this song alone, I mean, you already have, a Christmas theme, and mixed with the Metal Gear Solid, theme, and yet there's another Christmas theme. And there's another Metal Gear theme. It's just, like I said, just be prepared that for this playthrough, there is going to be a heavy amount of references that are going to take place, and, I don't even know, is anything in the background supposed to be something? I don't think so, that I can recall. I just see a triangle, and alright, we have not played the first one. We might play the first one after this, but I have to find it and whatnot. Yeah, let's get it started. We have beaten this game once, but that's about it, and just literally towards the end, like, the amount of references are just utterly insane. Alright.
After the secret Santa
Outer Savin.
We had classified information that a new Santa had.
So, yeah, this whole game is obviously a ridiculous pun, but, and it's very kiddie, but, it's lighthearted at best, and it's got a lot of interesting sub-references, and, just the fact that something like this would exist as a Metal Gear game is very... I never noticed the Y was like a 4.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
It looks like the stonking is busted.
What stocking?
The stonking.
What?
Your sin was made of octopus fibers that were nearly
Octopus fibers.
You didn't really. Snake, that was just an ordinary...
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
Well, I'm just happy you managed to get to the sneak point without getting yourself hurt.
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
Oh, you mean that thing with Naomi?
No, I'm talking about Cole. How am I supposed to have Merry Christmas?
What?
That's all I get these days.
Well, Snake, It's been a
That's
while
never been a
since
more
anyone
true
had a truly
statement.
Merry Christmas. What with the sudden surge of PNCs popping up around the world.
Oh, God.
Pretty naughty children.
Oh,
Begin to describe them. They're
it's
more like
terrible.
hired mercenaries selling their services to the highest bidder. It used to be just a few locals. Now it's become a global phenomenon. In fact, the world's seen the creation of at least a dozen PNCs in the past 3 years alone.
3 years ago. I think it's
Started 3 years ago. That's about the time I assassinated Big Peter.
That's right. It's likely that St. Nick's desk lies at the root of all of these problems. After all, he did play an important role in the SOC system.
SOC system.
The Spirit of Christmas system. A series of checks and balances created by the three wise men in order to maintain
Oh,
an equal balance
gosh.
of naughty and nice.
And without a Saint Nick to keep the SOC system in check.
there isn't an incentive to be nice at all anyway.
That's right, Snake. We've dropped you off at Outer
Outer
Saving
Saving.
Mall.
Outer Saving.
Yeah, you know, the one mall in which shoppers will always have a place.
Let me guess.
Nope.
Just here to do some last minute Christmas shopping.
Afraid not, Snake. I recently dug up some information on the U.S. government's encrypted security channel about an extremist group that calls themselves the Ghosts of Christmas Past. The information I've uncovered shows that they've got their hands on Santa's hat.
What's so dangerous about a hat?
It's not so much the hat itself as it is the beliefs behind it. Whoever controls Santa's hat has full control over the SOC system. And whoever controls the SOC system has full control over the entire child population of the world.
So what?
The ghosts have threatened to use the hat to create a world of PNC.
A world of perpetual naughtiness.
That's right. The ghosts are demanding the brain of Saint Nick. But it's anyone's guess as to what they're gonna do with it. And it's gotta be something big. Something worth using the entire world's child population as a bargaining chip for. Something like...
Metal Gear.
Oh, Snake. There's absolutely no reason to jump to conclusions. All we know is that the ghosts have arranged a meeting with the U.S. president somewhere in that mall. Your mission is to find out what's going on, and to put a stop to the ghosts' plan before the meeting takes place.
Gotcha.
For the duration of this mission, we'll be referring to each other by code names.
What's wrong with my old code name?
What? Old Snake?
No, Solid Snake.
No one's called you that in years.
Yeah, but
Look, I'll let you decide for yourself. Would you rather be called Old Snake or Cold Snake?
That's a good code name for him right now.
Good. Remember, Snake, the ghosts have Santa's hat, which means that any children you run into during the mission are under their control. Do whatever it takes to stay out of the enemy's field of vision.
got it.
Head to the elevator. I'll be giving you advice and instructions via codec. My frequency
Christmas
is
Day.
112.
Fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that I wanted to like keep a little quiet for that intro, because let's face it, that whole conversation, and there are going to be many conversations like that where it's just so fucking ridiculous that I'm going to be just laughing, sighing, just face palming. You're not going to be able to see that, of course, but you know, just the whole point. So Snake walks like a Mario character. The sound effect in this, Cold Snake, which is a really cool code name. What do you want, Otacon?
Hold it, Snake. It's foolish
Well,
to run
yeah,
head
but you
first
kinda
into
have
every
to
situation.
sometimes. Mostly
By
all the
holding
time.
shift key near a wall, you can hug up against it. Doing so will allow you to get a better view of what's up ahead.
Can I hold the shift key near a kid?
Oh,
Stranger
that was
danger.
rough. So yeah, you could basically just hug up against walls and, you know, move back and forth when you need to. Basic Metal Gear stuff. So, but we don't have a, we keep, Otacon always keeps his code name. So, I don't know, I never really figured it out too much. Coldacon, Coldacon, but alright, anyway. Alright, what do you want now?
You can always access me via codec by pressing the C button. If you find yourself in a difficult situation,
Alright.
just give me a call.
Which I have before, but I don't usually call them that often. Yeah, and this ice thing, it's like once you press a direction, you pretty much go in that direction. They get pretty clever with that. It's very reminiscent of like a Pokemon that kind of thing with the ice.
That kid ahead is guarding that landing pad pretty carefully. You should try distracting him by knocking on a nearby wall. To do that, hug a wall with the shift key, and then press the control key to make a noise. Any nearby guards will come investigate the source of the noise. You can use this to open up a sneaking path.
So I press control while hugging a wall and knock on it. Got it. Say, Otacon. Knock, knock.
Oh, what was that noise?
You're supposed to say, who's there?
Just my imagination.
Yeah. Like I said, you know. So obviously there's going to be a lot of this going on, but it's, you know, it's goofy and it's, you know, lighthearted at most, so, but anyway, like I said, just that first conversation, just PNCs and, you know, this is just...
I forgot to tell you about the Jonaton radar. The Jonaton radar is the thing in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. It's based on the same Jollyton technology that allows shoppers to easily find the exact locations of the presents they're looking for. But don't be fooled. There's a big difference between the existing Jollyton technology and the special Jollyton radar you're equipped with.
What's the difference?
Well, the subtle swapping of the Y in
Oh.
Jollyton to an I in your
Are you
Jollyton
kidding?
radar trickles down to its functionality. Whereas the Jollyton radar could only detect Christmas presents, the Jollyton radar is capable of detecting presents of any kind.
Including
Wow.
presents.
Bingo.
I'm guessing that white dot is me.
That's right.
What about the red ones?
Those
Wow,
dots
that
represent
was-
an enemy's presence.
Oof.
Watch out and stay outside of that enemy's field of vision.
That's the blue code, right?
Yep. Also, you might have noticed the radar was unusable on the rooftop.
the snow and
Sometimes
whatnot.
there's too much interference. In those cases, the Jollyton radar will be jammed.
Anything I can do about that?
Afraid not.
So you're saying this is a Jollyton radar that you made modifications to?
Yep, a specially modified Jollyton radar.
Autoton?
The Autoton radar, but
You sure this is just my old Soliton radar? Because kneeling made that.
No, not at all. Look, Snake, we don't have time for idle chit-chat.
So yeah, it's just a lot of, like I said, I mean, it's basic stuff, but it's kind of like isometric views. And you never thought you'd actually see the day where you'd be playing a
surveillance camera?
a
Mall.
2D Metal Gear game again. I like how he just passes right under the camera.
Hold up, Snake. Someone's conversation is being carried through the ventilation shafts.
All the preparations been made.
Yes, and the tadpoles have set up an ambush on the first floor, in case the meeting with the president goes sour.
First floor.
And where is he?
He,
Our third.
what? Are you afraid he'll flake?
I don't really trust him, but I've got no choice but to believe him for now.
Without belief, you'll never be able to inherit the title of Father Christmas.
I suppose you're right.
I'll be heading up to the 20th floor. I just need a little time to cool off. You stay here and wait for the president to arrive.
You hear that, Snake? The ghosts are meeting with the president on the first floor of the mall. You'll have to get down there to make sure.
Yeah,
things
so
don't
that
get
was a
hairy.
little more subtle, but there were references there. So, but speaking of 2D Metal Gears, I, obviously guess I should bring up the fact that they are looking to remake the original MSX Metal Gear. Or is it the MSX one or the NES one? It's not really the best time to call me, Otacon.
Huh. Looks like the elevator's down. You'll have to get around the mall.
Yeah, I figured that was going to be the case anyway. Huh. Okay. So...
Found it.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous and funny, but, it's light humor at best, so... But did that kid just disappear or something? Alright, what now?
This is Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Rage hasn't slowed you down one bit.
In fact, it's kept me pretty regular.
Oh, Snake, you're disgusting.
Wow, was that necessary? Oh, okay, so the third was that was the one that we saw. And these kids have to go to the bathroom for a real long time. So, alright, I guess that's all that was in there. It was a big waste of time.
It looks like you're in some kind of Halloween costume store. Maybe you can find something useful in that store's storage room. That's located in the northeast corner of the store.
Northeast corner, huh? I think this floor is... Yeah, it's a...
Lucky for you, that
Yeah.
dog's asleep. Other...
Now I think he wakes up as soon as I pick up this mask or whatever. A reindeer mask.
I found a reindeer mask.
Snake, is there something you have to tell me?
Aren't you usually the one to tell me how new items work?
Well, it's just... I want you to know
Furdum?
that Furdum has been around for a long time. Yeah, furries. It's a fandom that revolves around anthropomorphic animals.
It's only anime with you, isn't it, Otacon? I'm a mercenary. I don't have time for any nerd hobbies. Tell me how I can use this thing.
Well, for a start, it's frighteningly realistic. Has it got a red light-up nose?
Nope.
Darn. So it's no good as a flashlight either.
Let me put this thing on.
Okay.
Give me some ideas.
Sure thing, Snake? Snake? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Well, I could have sworn you were a mounted deer head.
Mounted deer head.
You'll be able to avoid being seen as
Oh,
long as you're
okay.
on the wall with that thing on. Just make sure not to
So
move,
it's kinda like a
or you'll
box,
give yourself
but-
away. Also, if you bump into anyone, the jig is up. So stay out of the enemy's path. That sleeping
Yep.
guard must have woken up.
Sure
Snake,
enough.
You're surrounded. You...
The guard wakes up. So, So basically that's about it. So we're gonna continue this a little later though. But, oh, I think we need to actually use it. I forget what the item, what is the, oh, there we go. I forgot if he touches you, that's right. So, yeah, there we go. That's how you do it. Alright, so, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of cross-references with the two of these, and, you know, with, you know, Christmas in general and Metal Gear, and surprisingly there are a lot of references, so, I forget how this thing saves.
Snake, I forgot to mention that I noticed you sound a bit, different. More like you did when I first met you. You sound a lot healthier than you did in MGS4. I mean, in the Middle East.
Yeah, the Middle East is a dusty place. Sand really does a number on your vocal cords.
Whatever you say, Snake.
I forget, does this game autosave? I don't really remember. Oh yeah, I think it does. Nope. That was a trap anyway. Yeah, be prepared for a lot of mistakes in this playthrough as well. Wow, look at that snowman.
That place is filled with gas. Also, the floor's electrified. Just a voice in your head. But you
Oh, jeez.
Cindy who? Or who, for sure.
Cindy, a girl.
Do I sound like a girl to you?
It's hard to trust a voice over codec. I've already been fooled once by my twin brother.
You'll need to find a way to disable the high voltage switch.
You're using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
As for the gas, you don't want to be breathing any of that stuff. It'll knock you out cold.
Wait, why is there a room full of gas and electrical flooring inside a mall?
About intruders like you and I.
That makes sense. Who are you?
An old friend. I forget who it is, really, honestly.
Otacon, I need you to run a trace on the frequency of my last codec conversation.
What codec conversation?
That's right. He was using burst transmission.
Burst transmission? Oh, there's no way to find the codec frequency of a conversation like that.
Except what?
Well, have you tried looking on the back of the Blu-ray case? I know, it's a pain. But you need to find the Blu-ray case for Mary Gear Solid 2. You see the Blu-ray case labeled Metal Gear Solid 2? Huh? Oh, wait.
Yeah, this game is
We're on
also
PC.
ridiculously
The game is
self-aware as
downloaded onto
well,
your hard
so...
drive. There is no Blu-ray Metal Gear Solid 2 case.
Otacon, get a grip.
What an age we live in, huh, Snake? Digital distribution. Wonder what they'll think of next.
So no,
Know what?
can't run a trace on my last codec conversation.
So anyway, that was a huge one. Now, obviously there was ridiculous references there, but this song is obviously a Christmas song. Last Christmas, you know, which I actually never heard this song until I came, about a couple of years ago, until I came up to New York. I never actually heard this song, so it was very odd that I never did. I guess this is a good cutoff point, but actually we have references here with the poison gas, Deep Throat, as some of you may know, and the electrified floors, which you obviously use Nikita on. But this is a good place to stop for now, and we'll continue